Very good. That would have been.
Funny.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Football Amigo Show. Oh man, it's been an exciting last few weeks in across all competition for sure. The Amigos are back to talk about some of them. Of course, we have two Amigos here. We're missing our good friend Mide, especially on the day that we're going to talk about Man United and how they somehow try to come back. But regardless, we look forward to having Coach Mide back or Amigo Mide back with the team, and we talk about more games. Hopefully, we're talking. Hopefully, we'll be talking about the final, the Europa final, possibly between Tottenham and Man United. So it's going to be an exciting couple of games as we wind down to the end of the season or football season. I would say, amigo, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Just happy to be back talking about the teams we love. Yeah, I'm excited to get into it today.
Yeah, how do you feel about Tottenham possibly going to be in the final, being a rival?
I'm mad because like I don't think they deserve it, but I am resting it in the knowledge that they are Bottleham FC. No matter what opportunity that is presented to Tottenham, they find a way of missing the mark.
Hey, I don't disagree, but we'll see what this Man United team will do against Tottenham. But before then, let's quickly talk about the Premier League. The last game we had Man United against Brighton against Man United, and we've all talked about how excellent of a team Brentford is, not Brighton. We've talked
Hmm.
about how excellent of a team Brentford is. Amigo, I miss Amigo Mide doing this thing. I'm pretty sure all the amigos miss Mide doing this. But like and subscribe. You can see that I'm trying to get it together, but we're gonna get it all right. Okay, so Brentford and Man United are 4-3. Man United scored four. What's your thoughts on that game?
Oh, I mean, it is what it is. It looks like they rested their team in preparation for the second leg against Atleti, and so they played a lot of youngsters. Even Obi Martin started a striker position, but it was a fun game to watch. Brentford looked like they were going to run away with it, and they got the lead 4-1. It looked very comical to that moment, but you saw in terms of from a Man United perspective some character and some fights to work their way from 4-1 to 4-2 to 4-3, and they were on the ascendancy towards the end of the game. And who knows, a minute or two extra, they might have found a way to draw that game. But this is your season they're having. They've lost a record amount of games, and it's about the result you expect.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. I think there's a lot of positive moves from that game. Obi Martin in the front was good and encouraging. And I think the big one, and Coach Mide, if you see in the show, make sure you comment your thoughts, and all other amigos, make sure you let us know what you think. I think having Ahmed Diallo back is a very big boost for the team, especially going against Tottenham in the Europa final, which makes it a little bit scary for Tottenham. Or Tottenham should be scared right now having that young man back.
Yeah.
But Brentford, let's talk about Brentford. Big team, big effort, big games. They show up and they always want to crush things, crush teams, and they want to give it to you just like they gave it to Liverpool. Any thoughts on Brentford?
They're a very, very disciplined team, very well drilled team. I don't think they're spectacular, but they are very, very effective. And so, if you're playing them, even if you're a top team or you have a talented squad, if you don't bring your A game, Brentford will suss you out. And so they're a mid-table team. I don't think they've done anything to say they're going to be more than that, but they are definitely formidable and definitely a team not to be taken lightly, especially with Thomas Frank at the helm.
Absolutely. I agree. Ah, Man, I'm starting to liken them with the teams like Newcastle, Everton, very annoying team. They'll find a way to frustrate you. But for them, they have speed. They are intentional with what they are trying to play. I'm looking at this new guy that I'm seeing in their team now,
Mm.
Coyote. The number 33, it was so pivotal in that game with the long throws. It was just good to see a different player. Of course, it kind of took over from Brian and Bruno, but excellent work rate. And of course, Wisa was just, it wasn't slowing down as well.
He's a
But I
fantastic
look
player.
forward to seeing what,
Mhm.
yep, I agree. There's so many heroes on that team, and I really look forward to seeing them in the next season. Not sure about them being a mid-table though, because they could possibly be going into Europa. So, and hopefully they keep it that way. Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. Mhm.
So the next team, the team that has not kept winning in the way that I thought it would have is Liverpool, man. Chelsea, Liverpool. I Chelsea Liverpool in Premier League has always been a game to that you're looking forward
Mhm.
to. However, this one just was came with a little bit of disappointment for me. I wasn't really looking forward to the game because there's really nothing to play for
Mhm.
personally. However, you should always play for your pride as a footballer, as a team. History doesn't tell you to say, Chelsea, Liverpool is at 50 games against each other. And Chelsea won 30 of them. Out of the 30, two of them happens to be when Liverpool already won the Premier League. So they gave up the hope, they gave up the drive, right? History doesn't tell you that much details. It tells you that okay, Chelsea has played Liverpool 49 times and Chelsea has won 48 times, if that make any sense. So I think at the minimum play for your pride. Did you get a chance to catch some glimpse of that game? Do you have anything from it?
I saw the Guard of Honor. I thought that was cool. Yeah, to show you respect on the top and disrespect you in the game. It is what it is. I mean, this is a tight league. Any team can do it, and it looked very competitive. And Chelsea didn't score the third goal till the dying minutes. So even though it read 3-1, it was actually a lot closer a game than that would normally tell. Liverpool already won the Premier League. There's nothing else to play for. They're probably partying the entire week, so they're coming in a little bit with a hangover. But Chelsea are formidable. They have their first choice center pairing with Lavia and Caicedo back in the squad. They have Nicholas Jackson, and so the dynamics of fluidity is back. And so when that's happening, they can hurt any team. So it was competitive. There's nothing to play for in terms of Liverpool, other than pride. But for Chelsea, they gotta make a Champions League spot. They are still in the driving seat for that to happen, and so we can expect them to take the last few games very, very seriously.
Absolutely, definitely. Chelsea wanted the game so bad, and I agree with you partially, but I think that game could have actually be like it could have been 5-1, could have been 6-1. Like seriously, because they had a lot more chances. Of course, conversion still became a problem. Cole Palmer ate the ball one
Mm.
time. Few things didn't go their way, and it could have been much more embarrassing for Liverpool, for sure. I don't think you want to be respected in the beginning before the game start as a champion. Then by the end of the game, everybody's feeling sorry for you. That's not how you want to do it. But again, not disappointed per se, but I really want us to keep playing in a way that every team is terrified to come against us. Every team is thinking about it. What are they going to play today? What gameplay do they have today? I was surprised to see Mo Salah started the game. I was surprised to see few guys on the game. Even Van Dijk. at 50, 55 minutes. As a matter of fact, 65 minutes in this case, I think you should be thinking about substituting in to bring in new guys, let them get game time, start thinking about the future, what we can who we can swap around, who we can use more of in the upcoming season. And I think players like Kwanzaa need more game time so they can build their confidence. Unfortunately, today was a bad day for him. The own goal was now there's nothing he could have done. I think even Van Dijk, it's hard to say he could have probably played the ball in a different direction, but it's just acceptable mistakes in that situation. Of course, the penalty, I still struggle with
Hmm.
it, but it is what it is. But big credit to Chelsea. At least I see a lot of positivity in their games. Um, I think uh, I think they're gonna come back next season. Probably, possibly gonna be in top two, top three. I think the way I'm looking at them right now. But for that, if selfishness doesn't come into
I
that,
see.
you have a thought on it?
No, no, no. They're good. I was just thinking, like, what do you think that like this game says for like next season? Like, do you think there's anything that's showing? Because from what I understand, like you mentioned rotation, but it felt like Arne Slot hasn't really trusted the players at Liverpool past the starting 11, and a consequence of that is the absence of rotations, especially towards the second half of the season. So there's a sense that maybe, like, why is Mo Salah playing? Why is Van Dijk playing? But maybe he doesn't trust the other players that would take those positions. Do you think there is a lack of quality outside of the first 11 that needs to be addressed, or is just you think he can do better?
I think it could do better, regardless of the quality level that you have. One thing about football is the more confident the player is,
The better they perform.
the better they become. Exactly. So it's important to look at that. I think it's probably lack of trust, or maybe you really wanted to play for the pride. Like, okay, let's go to Chelsea. Don't take this game
Lightly.
as just likely. So, but the player's performance really didn't uh, mirror or reflect what I think the coach was trying to do. Because really, Mo Salah shouldn't be uh, playing that much. I understand they want him to probably get goals just to stay on top and win the highest goal
I
scorer.
think it's.
But 55 minutes,
I think Mosala is like
it's
five
about
goals clear, isn't he? Like on 28 goals. Yeah,
yeah.
like
But Erling Haaland, he might score like six in one game.
it is possible. Yeah. Mhm.
So, but regardless, 60 minutes or 55 minutes, let Chiesa come in, get some game time. Let him get some game time. 10 minutes is not enough to say, okay, this is a guy we want to keep on the roster or
Mm.
not. Maybe he wanted to games, he wanted to win so bad, and maybe a little bit of trust as well.
That's cool. Yeah, I was just
But in terms
wondering.
of
Yeah.
looking forward,
Sorry.
yeah, in terms of looking forward, in terms of looking forward, like what would this game do for us in the future? Personally, I think it gives Chelsea a little bit of confidence because especially when you have Van Dijk played all the entire game, when you have Mo Salah, Cody Gakpo played a good number of the game, Chelsea in their own mind we beat Liverpool, we beat the best Liverpool, quote unquote, right? But of course, the mindset of the player is shifted from winning at all costs. That's why you see players like Curtis Jones just dragging his feet when he came in, when he could have prevented a goal. Even Simicast was all over the place. He's probably drunk, man. I think he's probably been drinking. But all that aside, we hope that Chelsea go uh, to as far as they can go, because they really have the ammunition to kill, destroy teams if they start using it right. The other team that's got the ammunition to win trophy this season is Arsenal,
Mm.
man. The Gunners, the Gunners, the Gunners. They lost their game. What do you think about that game?
It was a frustrating watch. Honestly, I think I would have taken the loss better if we hadn't gone in front first, and if we had rested key players. And so, what that game showed were just things I didn't like. Basically, showing an inability to like take carry a lead home, and some kind of defensive fragility. There's a little bit of defensive shakiness that never used to be part of Arsenal games that have crept in. There's just a lot of fatigue in the squad. It's just such a limited squad. It is limited in terms of numbers, and it's limited in terms of qualities and dynamism up front. If our plan A is not working, we don't really have the players to bring on to change it. One part of the game that really frustrated me, or really like showed where Arsenal are right now, is Bournemouth were able to bring on Semenyo to be a platform to for the game to change. I mean, even though his assist was on Semenyo like with the throwing, but you could bring a player of that quality to turn the tide, and there was no equivalent quality on Arsenal's bench to bring on. I personally don't think Waneri is ready for the kind of talk he's receiving. I think he's a good talent that we should nurture and grow within the squad. But any semblance that he's going to come in and change a game that's not going your way, I think is ridiculous and is unbecoming and is actually just disrespectful to, like, they keep talking about him coming in to change the game if Odegaard is playing poorly. And I'm like, if Odegaard is not hacking it, what do you think Waneri is going to come on and do? And this is not to say that he's not a generational talent. It's just not where he is right now. But and so yeah, so is it a him or Sterling? And you know, Sterling sucks. I don't know. There's no other way to put it. So we're there, and it's understandable. Out of all the teams that are vying for Champions League places, we are the only other team that's playing in Europe. Chelsea is also playing in Europe, but I don't think you can call what Chelsea is doing Europe. I think that is off-brand. That is cola instead of Coca Cola. It's off brand. But let's not get away from it.
It's a bootleg movie.
Bootleg Europe. Abba Europe. No, it's
Oh man, Chelsea fans are gonna come for us,
I
man.
mean, come on. Like I don't even know the name of the team they played. Is that bad? Um, yeah, but Arsenal, we got to play PSG. You know, I think it's a game that is pivotal because it really does. How we do in this game really dictates how the season is going to be looked at in retrospect. Um, if we don't beat PSG and we get knocked out, even though it's a semi-final of a Champions League, it would just feel mightily underwhelming and really really disappointing. Um, because we talk about Man United's struggles, but they are in line to win a European Cup. That's a cup Arsenal haven't won. We have not won in Europe, either for the Champions League or the Europa League. Now you can say that Europa League is easier now because teams don't drop down anymore, or we did so well that we're in the Champions League. But you really got to have something to show for it. The team, the players, the manager have put in so much money and so much effort, and to have it like fizzle out in such a way is definitely deflating. So I don't know what to predict. I don't know if we can do so well against PSG. I think they are a scary unit. I think it'll be hard to stop them from scoring. However, I do think this game will go differently with Partey starting because he wasn't available, and I think he will make a very
Yeah.
very big difference in how the game goes in the midweek. Other than that, though, I really don't know. I really don't know. I watched that game and I was just like I just shrugged because I was almost like too. You almost don't get upset anymore because we lost the season like 10 games ago. This is not the worst
Mm.
game I've watched for Arsenal this season. So you're not even feeling
Yeah.
apathy. That's how I felt watching the game. But we soldier on. Maybe they surprise us this week, and then I start singing Arteta's praises again. But right now I'm not feeling it.
any prediction for the game if you can, if you
The
want to?
Champions League game.
Yeah.
Um, Optimistic. 2-0. And we go straight. Realistic. I see us losing that game 2-1, and then losing
Okay.
3-1 in
I see
aggregate.
two
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
I see 2-1, but I don't know what direction it's going to go.
Yeah. I'm I'm
It's like,
I'm just reaching a place where it's like, I mean, I didn't really think they were going to um beat Real Madrid, and they did it so convincingly. But I watched the first game against PSG, and the simple things they should do well, like when things are not going our way, our ability to just like turn the narrative and like force it to change and go our way. I don't think that we've had that this season. Our ability to like come back, if there's like a setback, how we like adapt to it. If it doesn't go our way from the get go, we turn into a very very different team. It's shocking actually. Yeah.
yeah, I can definitely see that. But I do feel like whoever wins this game will be winning the
You
trophy.
think you think
That's
so?
my, yeah, I feel like Barcelona will somehow qualify and they would not have the best of the Champions League
Fine.
final.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, I think every team right here deserves to win it. I'll say the weakest out of the four is actually Arsenal. And I only say that
Hmm.
because we don't have our plan A. Every other team that can field their full squad with all their starters. Everything is as um they design. I think Barcelona is
Mhm.
missing Lewandowski. I think that's the only
Mhm.
person that's missing, and they've done well with Ferran Torres.
Without
Yeah,
him.
but with Arsenal, it's like I just see it, and if we had Kai or even Jesus, I'd feel a lot better. Just some kind of something to just change the game. Should we like we just don't
Yeah.
if it's not working, like it's not there's like nothing to do. Like unless we bring on kids. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. So, amigo Ayo, we want to say thank you for your
Oh yeah.
time. Amigos, please and please like and subscribe and share. We are on TikTok as well. So catch up some of our shorts on TikTok as well. All you TikTokers, just let us know how we can improve, how we can get better. We'll see you in the next show. But before I say bye, amigo Ayo, any last thoughts, any last tip, anything for us as we go into a wonderful week of football that Arsenal has some big games ahead of them, especially against
This beautiful
Liverpool.
game is it just makes fools out of all of us. You can't predict anything. You can't like anticipate what's going to happen. Narratives are just changing one day from the other. But it's why we love the game. It's why we keep coming back. It's that uncertainty and it's that hope that just keeps them coming back for just maybe something magical will happen. And so here's to me praying for a magical night at the Stade de France, and you know we'll come back next week, and I'm back to my happy chipper self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Look forward to it. Amigo Ayo, thank you so much for your insightful insights. Stay good because it's going to be a good week for us now.
I'll take your word for it, Sam. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you,
See
brother.
you, bro. Yeah.